if I could ask everyone to please take their seats. It is Friday, September 28th. Welcome to your Los Angeles City Council meeting. My name is Herb Wesson. I'll be today's presiding officer. We're going to begin today with a quick acknowledgement by Council Member Eric Garcetti.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I know this is a very special and exciting day for Los Angeles, and we have much to do, but one of the most incredible ways that we serve in this country is in our armed forces. I'm very proud to wear the uniform of the United States Navy, and I have with me actually a number of individuals who are part of my unit in the Navy. And we have an individual, Jonathan Wynn, who has been an enlisted member of the United States Navy for some time, for many years, giving service, going off on deployments, being at sea away from the family, and serving.
Council Member Eric Garcetti.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I know this is a very special and exciting day for Los Angeles, and we have much to do, but one of the most incredible ways that we serve in this country is in our armed forces. I'm very proud to wear the uniform of the United States Navy, and I have with me actually a number of individuals who are part of my unit in the Navy. And we have an individual, Jonathan Wynn, who has been an enlisted member of the United States Navy for some time, for many years, giving service, going off on deployments, being at sea away from the family and serving this country. But he applied to become an officer and was accepted by the United States.
Thank you very much. The Rule 23 is being circulated now. Basically, about 2 days ago, we had a homicide at Harvard Park. A young man by the name of Patrick Crothers was the victim of a homicide. His mother, Mrs. Sears, is here, and also Detectives Doster. And I'm going to allow the other detective, Stacy, to pronounce her name so I don't mess it up again. But what we have is a young man that's a 19-year-old volunteer sitting on a park bench at Tatum Harvard Park and was shot for no reason. And the suspects are not been identified, and the detectives need assistance in trying to bring leads, and we're asking for a $50,000 reward.
Okay. Yes, my name is Gail Sears, and I'm Patrick Carruthers' mother. And I would really like to put a plea out to the community, anyone knowing any information involving the predators that murdered my son. I would really appreciate it. May the entire family and the community would really appreciate it if you would give any information you have, no matter how small you think it is. Please contact the numbers that have been made available to you, and let's bring this person to justice, because my son did not deserve to die this way. He was innocent. He never saw it coming. It was a very cowardly move on the person who did it, and they need to be brought to justice. Patrick deserves that. Thank you.
Say thanks to the detectives for bringing this to our attention, and also Ms. Sears, we apologize. We had convinced the community that those cameras would be in. They're not, but today we have it on the agenda that we hope it passes and get them installed immediately. And we'll also do that in the honor of Patrick when they're dedicated.
Thank you.
Trust me, we're going to get to Farmers Field as soon as possible. Mr. Reyes, where are you? Let's hustle for a quick presentation. Yes, right here, sir. Just get you there. Good.
Thank you, Coach Wesson. President Wesson. We're hustling. Colleagues, we can have Councilman Garcetti and Councilman Rizzo with me. Members, this Monday, October 1st, will be a landmark day in Los Angeles television history. It will mark the launch of Time Warner Cable Deportes and Time Warner Cable Sports Network. And more importantly, it will mark the beginning of a 20-year commitment between Time Warner Cable and our Los Angeles Lakers. Today with me is David Rohn, President of Time Warner Cable Sports, Mark Shukin, Senior Vice President and General Manager, Time Warner Cable Sports Regional Networks, Pablo F. Urquiza, Vice President, Time Warner Cable Deportes, Scott Pruitt, Vice President, Time Warner Cable Sports Regional Networks, Nadia Gonzalez, Manager of Communications, Carmen Hagafort, Manager of Marketing, and one of my bosses from Glassell Park, Mark A. Quiros, a constituent. As the two new exclusive local homes of the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Galaxy, and the LA Sparks, these networks will give the fans in Los Angeles unprecedented programming and original content that will take them behind the scenes and keep all of us updated on everything that's happening with our favorite teams and players. With the recent addition of Steve Nash and Dwight Howard to the Lakers roster, yeah, let's hear it. I don't think Time Warner Cable Sports Network could have picked a better time to become their partner and even to be with us here in council today. But there is a lot more that this network will be bringing to Los Angeles than just coverage of our favorite sports teams. They are bringing a vision. Indeed, Time Warner Cable Deportes will be the first Spanish language regional sports network in the country and the first network in this country ever to televise the Los Angeles Lakers in Spanish.
Gracias y que viva Time Warner.
Councilman Garcetti.
Thank you. I know we have a busy day, so I'll be brief.
Yeah, and people are going to be leaving.
Absolutely. I want to thank you, Mr. Reyes. We are a city of champions. Somos una ciudad de
On
campeones.
behalf of Time Warner Cable, and specifically on behalf of the 130 Los Angeles-based employees, women and men of Time Warner Cable Sports, we want to thank you, we want to thank the entire council for this unbelievable honor. As the councilman mentioned, the birth of these networks, Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, and the first ever in the nation Spanish language regional sports network, Time Warner Cable Deportes. The vision for these networks grew out of our partnership with the Los Angeles Lakers. That vision was reflective of Time Warner Cable's commitment to serve the over 2 million customers that we have in the Southern.
We have built this network thinking in our community, our city, our people, and our kids. And we are planning to cover high school sport like never happened before. We're going to be there for the cities, and for the city, for the schools, and for the kids, because that's very important to us. That's the only way that this endeavor will be successful. Muchas gracias, les agradezco, y es un honor como latino, como hispano, como residente.
It's my great honor to bring forward a motion to name the Palms Recreational Center the Rosalind Roz Wyman Recreation Center. For those of you who don't know Roz Wyman, she's a pioneer in the city of Los Angeles. Let's give her a big hand. I believe she was the youngest council member when she was elected at age 22. She was the first woman elected to the city council, and she had many achievements as a council member and many more since as a private citizen. The one that I find the most incredible and means a lot to me as a big fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers was she had this vision as a 22-year-old council member with no reason to believe it could be done, that she could bring the Dodgers from Brooklyn to the city of Los Angeles. And she has done that amazing thing, and we have been grateful to her ever since.
Thank you, Mr. Councilman. I am very, very happy to be here, see many longtime friends, and speak enthusiastically in favor of the resolution before you. This year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Dodger Stadium. And I mention that because if it wasn't for the work of the young woman councilperson who sat right over there, Dodger history and the history of Los Angeles could be very, very different. 60 years ago, my dad was president of the Dodgers, and he was dealing with the aging of Ebbets Field where the Dodgers played. And he tried for 7, 8, 9 years to figure it out and how to build a ballpark in Brooklyn. He had the financing, he had the architect, he had the engineer, he had the vision. But he needed help assembling the land, and he was unsuccessful. Then he began to look at alternatives, and at the same time, this young woman, city council person sitting over there, said to herself, wow, imagine if we could get a major league team for Los Angeles. How cool would that be? And she probably also said in her dreams, imagine if it was the Dodgers, because at that time, and since, the Dodgers are recognized internationally as being a special sports franchise. No one deserves more credit, although many have stood up and taken credit, for the Dodgers being here, for Dodger Stadium, and for the Major League Baseball teams to come to the West Coast.
Yeah, I just want to welcome these young people from San Jose Elementary School in Mission Hills in my district, which is literally 2 doors from my house, and my granddaughter goes there. My son went there, and there are about 50 other kids from San Jose out in the hallways. We couldn't squeeze them in because everybody came to say hello to Roz Wyman, but we want to welcome all the kids from San Jose.
An international symbol of our city's great social and cultural fabric. And today we are here to honor the gentleman responsible for saving the Watts Towers from demolition in 1958, William Cartwright Sr. Let's give him a round of applause. We welcomed San Gennaro Festival last night. Joe Buscaino was there representing the Italian Americans, but the towers in Watts were built by an Italian immigrant, Simon Rodia, a tile setter who built the Watts Towers using scrap metal, multicolored dishes, seashells, bed springs, pieces of tile, and several truckloads of broken bottles. When Rodia moved to Northern California to be close to his sister and relatives, he deeded the towers to his neighbor, Louis Sauceda, who later sold it to Joe Montoya. Eventually, Nicholas King and William Cartwright would acquire this property. At the time Rodia's house had burned, the property was littered with refuse. The Department of Building and Safety had already determined that the structures, including the towers, should be demolished. But Nicholas King and Mr. Cartwright formed the Committee for Simon Rodia's Towers in Watts as a non-profit corporation with headquarters in the Silver Lake neighborhood and launched a national movement to save the towers. After intense public debate, the City of Los Angeles and the Committee for Simon Rodia's Towers in Watts agreed on a test to determine the safety of the entire complex, and as you know, the rest is history. Today, we are here to honor a great Angelino who has done something to save a beautiful expression in the heart of our city that is known around the world. We are here to honor Mr. William Cartwright for his contributions to our great city. Without his vision, we could not have the Watts Towers as the cultural icons that they have become.
Say a few words about the towers because they were so vast and built by a man who could hardly write his name, never wrote a design, and for 30 years worked on the same project, Simon Rodia. And certainly he should be remembered not by us only, but in history. Yes. I have a lot of friends